the origin of the life. So many people today are very much inclined to this way of accepting knowledge. Actually, many people today don't even think that they're supposed to accept knowledge from somewhere else. They think they need to have their own opinion about everything. That they need to bring their conclusion, that they know the best. But here is the problem, because the way how we are forming our opinion is based on information that we have around. So if we are observing same things around ourselves, we are going through same kind of education, and we are watching same kind of TVs and listening same news and newspapers, we are influenced to same culture. It's very likely that we will bring more or less same conclusion. Like people who are not having some higher guidance about what the purpose of life may be, most of the time, I mean always, unless it's some higher goal, people think that kind of self-gratification and enjoyment is purpose of the life. Then it's just depending on which guna, on which mood of material nature people are, then it's depending how will this manifest. We will see, people are trying to run after happiness in different ways. And for example, people in a mood of ignorance will search happiness in so many ways that is just for example, if you are coming early in the morning here, if you're coming for Mangal Arati, you may see around the temple, around the Oxford Street, and so many different people who are trying to have good time, trying to be happy. And just by observing how they look like, how they're behaving, this is, I don't know, if you are not in this same guna, if you have some different lifestyle, this really looks not very enlivening and not very happy. One time, it was maybe 30 or 40 years ago, when Srila Prabhupada arrived in London, some new newspaper reporter came and they asked him whether hell exists. And Srila Prabhupada said, yes, hell is London. This is very, very well-known story. And it was 30 or 40 years ago in the middle of the day, what Prabhupada could see. And I don't know what would be if he comes now, so many years later, and walk around at 4 o'clock and see all these people on the street. This, I believe this is a little bit more degraded hell than what was in the middle of the day 40 years ago. And this is just on the street. And I don't want to even imagine how it looks like in these kind of places where these people spend all night. What they are doing there, how it looks like, which kind of music they are listening and which atmosphere is inside. But they are thinking they want happiness. They are coming there because they think they will find some satisfaction there. But we can see that if you are a little bit in different guna, then maybe it's not really looks like happiness. Then we have other kind of people who are maybe looking for happiness in some material achievement. So they are studying, working so hard, trying really to do something, and so we can see they are maybe a little bit higher consciousness because they don't see happiness in just immediate sense gratification. They can see if now I invest my time and energy in studying and working and doing something else, then in the future I will be in a little bit better situation, so I will be able to enjoy better. So these are people who are trying to achieve some material position, some high position and some better facilities for sense gratification. But also sometimes we can see that when they achieve something, then this is also a very difficult situation for them, because they maybe have some success, they are well known, they are earning a lot of money or something, but they are staying without their time, because they have to dedicate all their time and energy to maintain this success and continue. Or we can see people who are a little bit more elevated mood of material nature, they can see happiness in benefiting others, helping to others. They are organizing different charities and looking who needs help and what could we be doing this way. But this is just problem, so they are finding happiness in this, that they are doing good to others, which is a little bit higher degree of happiness than this one, what is just by satisfying themselves. But what is the problem? Everybody trying to do what is the best for self-interest, but it's problem that people don't know what is their best self-interest. And most of the time we are all acting against our own self-interest because we don't have knowledge. And how we can get knowledge? We can get knowledge through scriptures. Because if we are relying on what is the best for ourselves, what we get moral from the society and culture, we can see that this is also changing. Through the centuries, all these our value systems are changing. Especially last 50 years or even 100 years, this was even speeded up so much. So many things which were considered to be good or to be bad, now are okay. It's not bad. It's not problem at all. This is considering on so many things about lifestyle and behavior and dress code and everything else. All our standards are changing. So if we rely on this, what we see around ourselves, to set us the standards, what is our self-interest, what is good and what is bad, we may be confused or we may be misled. But so that's the reason why we have to take guidance from the scriptures, how to find out what is really good for us, what is our best self-interest. And here is also Prabhupada mentioning in the purport, when Krishna is explaining, this is this is that, this is superior, this is inferior, we have to accept this. We should not argue about this. Because if we are arguing about this, it means we are coming back on this position that we are deciding by ourselves what is good, what is bad. This, when Prabhupada said we should not argue about this, it doesn't mean that we should just blindly accept everything, whatever is said, we say yes, yes. No, actually, in this, in all this process, this is very much emphasized process of asking the question and really understanding what is going on. That's why we have so many scriptures. We have even Srila Prabhupada translates so many books, so many things, just that we can know what is really going on, why is going on, how is going on, what is our real benefit. Because if you say it's just, if we don't have enough information, then we may not take it in the same way how as if we do have. We can think, yeah, this is nice, this is good, maybe I should do it, but we will not have enough background to keep it for a long time. Because we see, even when Brahma got this knowledge, he wrote Brahma Samhita, and this Brahma Samhita, he showed that he really knows everything. He was describing spiritual world. He was describing it like lotus flower with thousands of petals, and each of these petals there is abode of one gopi, and then in the middle of this flower it's Krishna is situated, and then around this area, around these petals is divided in four, where is this Sankarsha, Aniruddha, Pradyumna, and Vasudeva. And so many information. And then he's also describing creation, how it happened, and then he's describing Krishna's, how this Krishna's abode is made out of the Chintamani, and how. And he also said that Krishna is tending cows there, he's very beautiful and playing flute and has peacock feather. He explained all these things. Brahma is not just someone from the street who had heard 2 times, you are not this body, you should chant Hare Krishna. He really knew so many things. And still after this, you see, it happened that he became bewildered. He did see Krishna and his covered void. Okay, Krishna is tending cows. What Brahma said in Brahma Samhita, he sees this, doesn't recognize peacock feather, doesn't recognize this flute. This all was not enough for him. So it's mean this process of accepting this knowledge and surrendering, it's not enough to do it once. We need to again and again remind ourselves, go for the classes, listen things, read by ourselves, and be reminded what is going on. Because as a jiva, we are so forgetful. We are kind of so stupid that this is, something. Just because of this, we know something, and then we are forgetting. And again, we are doing things which are against our self-interest. And we know that is not good, but still we forget. We just forget. So that's why we need to be constantly reminded about everything. And it doesn't mean that we are just listening same sentence every day. This is so boring, but we are hammering it in. No, this knowledge is ever fresh. For example, what happened? A few days ago, there was here lunch program. I really have very strong realization, I need to tell you. It was lunch program class. And it was going some things which I have heard so many times, hundreds and hundreds of times. It was going on, we are not this body, we are the soul. Soul is 10,000 part of the tip of the hair. And if you are just trying to fulfill desires, you will not always be happy. And all this was going on in the class. But I was listening now in the kitchen. I didn't even listen. I was just there, but class was going on. But this was so interesting for me. This was so fresh and new, like if I hear it for the first time. I was also surprised by myself, that something, all this which I have heard so many times, it's really, I felt that it did touch my heart in some way. It was really very relevant and very new and very, very, very nice. So in this way we should all the time remind ourselves that this knowledge is here for us, that this can really show us what is our best interest. We should not be naive and childish. Like child sometimes may think what likes to eat. What will child like to eat? They would like to eat all the time chocolate and similar kind of things, sweets. And when try to be stopped, then child thinking, oh no, I'm so restricting. Maybe not in this way, but this is actually meaning. But child can be upset and can be angry on parents which are pushing him to eat something else. But this is actually for child's benefit, to not eat only chocolate, to eat some spinach or something like this. That's why, before maybe when TV was a little bit more have function for informative and education function, they make Popeye to help the parents to show the children that it's good to eat spinach and vegetables, not just what they like. But it is, in the same way, this sounds so funny, but in the same way we can see that we are doing so many things which are not really in our best interest. And we are really insisting, continuing doing these things. And that's why we need to know what it is our best interest. Okay, with this in mind, please keep coming on Srimad Bhagavatam and read the book and be in association with devotees. Tonight is going to be New Year's Eve, and we will be able to see so many ways how people are imagining happiness, how they are trying to spend the best night in the year, how they are going to have fun. So, I don't know, hopefully none of us will be really in the same mood of celebration that they are. Although we are also having New Year, we are, when all this is happening, we are taking opportunity to sing all night, which is very nice. And it's also nice if someone is looking for happiness and then decide to come here and stay here all night. Maybe just even instead of going in a club, someone decide, oh, they are nice people, they are celebrating. I don't even need to spend money and I don't need to be amongst all these intoxicated people. If someone thinks like this is also good, and person should be encouraged to come. Because with every time of coming and listening to holy name and singing and taking prasadam, our consciousness is becoming purified. So next time we can be open a little bit more, to take a little bit more of all these values here, and sooner or later person may become even serious about trying to achieve what is in their best interest. But if we who are here, if we are just taking it on this level as an entertainment, coming a little bit to socialize and this, then in one way we are maybe wasting our time. We are not taking complete benefit what we could take if we really try to understand it a little bit more serious. Everyone is encouraged to come, and there's 4 categories of people who are coming for different reasons, and everyone should be encouraged to come for whatever reason. But also when a person comes, he should be encouraged always to take it a little bit more serious, to take as much benefit as possible. So Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for being for class. It's now for the pleasure of the Lordships and Srila Prabhupada. They will read the Sankirtan scores from yesterday. There is no shop score, or there's no shop score for whatever reason. There is from Govinda's. In Govinda's restaurant, we distributed 208 plates of prasadam and collected 1,633 Lakshmi points. Prasadam distribution fee, and Sri Sri Alaneshwara's Transcendental Sankirtan Party, we had 4 scores reported, beginning with Maha Das Prabhu. He collected 2 Lakshmi points, distributed 1 medium book for 0.50 book points. Dr. Pasha Prabhu collected 1 medium book, collected from water stones. No, he collected 28 Lakshmi points, distributed 1 medium book, and distributed 5 big books for 5.50 book points. Sundar Das collected 94 Lakshmi points, distributed 16 Mahabig books for 32 book points. And Jayanitai's Council League group collected 540 Lakshmi points, and distributed 108 Mahabig books for 216 book points. That's 4 scores, collecting 664 Lakshmi points, distributing 2 medium books, 5 big books, 124 Mahabig books for 254 book points. Transcendental book distribution ki jai. So we just need some service on the mother side, side 1, 2. We need some servers on the Prabhu side, the server side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, that's extent. So then we'll just say, we also need a volunteer to cleanse the temple room after Prasada. Thank you very much, Prabhu. So, we just say our prayer. Dear Sri Sri Radha Landaneshwara, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai,